So okay, so we understood up to this point, right?
Yes.
This was what you're asking, no? Preeti, in the last one. Raghav, you're coming?
Kavipu is catching. The
No,
Kavipu is being.
ये वाला अभी you were asking, no?
This one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically इसका क्या मतलब है एक समझने लेना है. उदयम जो है ना, is the boss ऐसा पकड़ो, boss.
Okay.
और king पकड़ो. And 10th house कैसे देखने के? It is 7, 8, 9, 10 if you remember. Okay. और उल्टा जाओ 11, 12, 10. So if this fellow is the king, ये उसका chief minister, main minister. Okay. 1 minute. Volume lower कर दो. 1. मेरा volume for some reason low होते जाता है. अभी बराबर आया ना?
Yes.
So, okay. So you have to understand this thing that if Udayam is the king, the 10th house, 11, 12, 10, 12, 11, 12 is the minister. So what I mean by this is, this fellow tells you the main concept of it in a very compounded manner. This fellow sorts of supports it, but in a little weaker manner. Okay. So what we are trying to say here is identify the planet related to 10th house. ये जो 10th house है, ये 10th house को कौन सा planet approach कर रहा है वो देखना है. So basically here we are at 210 to 240. Okay. So this guy comes between 210 to 240. Correct. So this fellow is in this house. We can say Jupiter is in this house because this is 210. ये गलत है. ये 210 है. बराबर ना? 180 to 210, 210 to 240 है ना ये आपने. So 222 comes here somewhere. Okay. So basically Jupiter is seated in this house, 10th house. Okay. So something related to Jupiter will also come out. And which houses Jupiter owns? So this is the 11th house and this is the second house. If you remember, again second house has come out. जो पहले आया. So what we are getting at is, these are one of the prime indicators, okay, of what the question is. And like I keep saying, opening up the story. Are we clear so far? This is all I want to cover today. Okay, I will talk this in a nutshell, and now we can actually do the analysis part if everyone is interested in that. So what we said was identify the Udayam Lord. ये Udayam Lord है, color change करता हूँ. कौन सा color है? ये कौन भी color कर दो red. This is the Udayam Lord. Udayam Lord. Udayam Lord कौन सा है? Saturn. Saturn ये है. Saturn बैठा है कौन से हाउस में? यहाँ पर बैठा है. रूल कहाँ पर करता है? यहाँ पर करता है और यहाँ पर करता है. So what have we got? We have got Saturn, first house, 12th house, 5th house. Remember? We have got Saturn because it is here. This is the first house. This is the 12th house. This is the 5th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Saturn. That was point number 1, which we got. Second point, identify planet approaching Udayam. We realize that Sun is approaching Udayam. So अभी ये add on हो गया. First house, 12th house, 5th house, Saturn, Sun. Okay. Then we said that identify Udayam to Arudam, Udayam to Kavipu. So Udayam to Arudam is 4, Udayam to Kavipu is 2. Correct? Then we said which is the planet approaching Arudam. So planet approaching Arudam we realized was Moon. So till now what have we got? House 1, house 12, 2, 4, 5, Saturn, Moon, Sun. Okay. Then we said which one is Kavipu catching? So we realize Kavipu is catching sun. Where is it seated in? It is seated in the second house. Correct? With which planet? So there is no planet there. Okay. But moon is approaching it. So ये मैं जरा थोड़ा dark करता हूँ. Now identify a planet approaching 10th house. Which is the planet we said was approaching 10th house? This is the 10th house. So 10th house में Jupiter था ना? Last time हाँ 210. So it was Jupiter. So now all this, if we try to put it together, what have we got? We have got first house, which is self. 12th house could be hospitalization or foreign settlement. Second house could be income. So till now, if we are saying Saturn जो आ रहा है Udayam Lord, okay, can I change the color? Here we are saying Udayam Lord कौन है? Saturn. Saturn का एक कारक तत्व पकड़ लो चलो, career. Okay, it is ruling our first house, that is self, and 12th house of overseas. Then we have got this fellow, which is what? Second house of income. Then we have got 5th house and 4th house. Something related to 4th house and 5th house. Saturn career को मिल गया अपने को. Moon and 4th house are connected. It is exalted over there. Moon is seated now. I don't know whether you realize, but Moon is seated in the second house now, 42 degree पे. तो Moon exalted हो गया ना? Exalted planets give you a very good result. So Moon is seated in the 4th house and exalted. Okay. And Kavipu is catching sun. Okay. So ये सभी ठीक है. So these are the points when you put together. I don't want to get into the analysis just now because it will become slightly confusing. These are the points which tell you the story. Okay, let me just stop this. समझ में आ रहा है? We have to identify these and from there then start dissecting. वो कारक तत्वों का एक ऐसा ना वो निकाल के you arrive at a point. That is a little later. I don't want to push it to just now because तो वो confusion हो जाएगा. Are we clear on this? So now what we need to do, I'll tell you. I'll share the screen. Yeah, अब तक सब you understood? Raghav, you understood? Shipra, you understood? Prithiban understood?
Yeah, understood.
Okay. So now what I need you to do is this. Okay. अभी क्या करना है जरा देखो, जरा ध्यान दो यहाँ पर. Basically, if possible, you will need 3 colors of ball pens: red, green, blue, if possible, and black also. So red, green, blue, जो चारों कलर का जो 6 रुपए के आते हैं वो लगेगा. एक रेड कलर का स्केच पेन लगेगा. आई एम गिविंग ऑप्शंस. ओके. एक ब्लू कलर का स्केच पेन लगेगा और एक ग्रीन कलर का लगेगा. If possible, otherwise forget about it. You can just do it with 1 pen also. Okay. Now I'm telling you the options. You see, if you have it at home, your kids, things and all that, to use it. Others forget it. Always draw the chart. Don't get into that hero sort of thing. ये लोग ऐसा देख के बोलते हैं होगा नहीं होगा. It's all bloody nonsense. You have to see 10 directions and you cannot see 10 directions over there. It's not possible. Draw the chart on a paper with a black ball pen. Black ball pen से करो. Now this black pen ये तो ठीक है. Okay. Mark the transit planets with a green. If you remember long back we had said G for Gochar, G for green. Okay. Mark the Gochar the Gochar planet ये जो अंदर के जो आने वाले जो मैंने इधर नहीं किया ये गोचर के planets. बराबर. Mark the Gochar planets with a green ball pen. Mark the JAMA planets with a red बॉल पेन. तो जामा कौन से, ये वाले सब बाहर वाले, बरोबर, और these are जामा पेन. So mark the JAMA with the thing. So अभी क्या है अपने पास? We have got the South Indian chart. We have got the Gochar planets, transit planet. We have got the JAMA planets. बरोबर? Okay. Now mark a box around Udayam in a red sketch pen. It has to be. If you see my things, I have made it very strong. Okay. So if you don't have a sketch pen, ये ball pen से 3-4 बार उसके ऊपर करो ना, गर करके तो थोड़ा ज्यादा हो जाएगा. Okay. I stick with a full stationary kit, so it's different. You all don't need to go and spend money on that. You just take any listing ball pen. So mark a box around the Udayam in a red sketch pen. Now this you write the house numbers corresponding to Udayam from Udayam. So suppose ये Udayam है, so this fellow becomes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. वो लिखो इधर बाजू में, ऐसे इधर मैं लिखता हूँ ना, बाजू में ऐसे लिखो. If you see my sheet, you'll understand. Okay. Mark Arudam and Kavipu in a bold sketch pen, blue and black. So what I mean by that is, if this is Arudam, you what? You can just write A and make a circle here. You can just write K over here and make a circle over here. You want to make it even more stronger, you write K over here and make this into a triangle. Triangle is a bomb wala sign, no? So K is a bomb. If you want nomenclature, I believe in nomenclature, so it is there. So here, mark the Arudam and Kavipu, identify them in simple words. And then the most important thing, degree wise, ये सब mark करो. Which planet is approaching Udayam? Which planet is approaching Kavipu? Arudam, and Kavipu is catching which planet? I write like this, okay, when I write this means Kavipu catching, uska मुंह खुला है, and some planet will be here. This is the mouth of the crocodile, और इसको पकड़ रहा है. This is my nomenclature step. All of you understood? So just very simply, I'm telling again. First, draw the chart. I'm not telling the color. Mark the transit planets. Mark the JAMA planets. Write it down. First step. Second step, draw the thick box around the Udayam. It has to be very, very conspicuous. And write down the numbers 2 to 12 of the houses from Udayam. Mark Arudam and Kavipu in some bold manner. A करके circle करो, K करके circle करो. And identify degree wise which planet is approaching Udayam, which planet is approaching Arudam, which planet Kavipu is catching. समझ में आया सबको? This how to do it, that चक्षु का वो ऐप खोलो, जो भी आएगा वो ड्रॉ करो. Do this exercise. फिर उधर का डेट चेंज कर दो, कोई भी आरबी डेट चेंज करो, पॉप कर दो, वापस चार्ट चेंज हो जाएगा, वापस करो. If you want to get serious about this, now this exercise you should do at least around 20, 30, 40 charts. Then it will start becoming cut. Till I got this software and I started adapting into the Photoshop thing, I was doing everything manually. I'll show you someday the thappi of papers that I've got. इसलिए मैंने ये rubber stamp finally बना लिया था. But now I don't require it actually. ये rubber stamp थप कर दिया तो at least एक 30 seconds का काम गया. चल. ये बना दिया. Start writing. Okay. And I sincerely I feel that not today but after maybe a few weeks or something, when you actually start predicting, I would suggest that if you all don't know Photoshop to that level, so draw it on paper. It will take you 10 minutes to prepare that chart, but invest that energy over there because you are playing with somebody's life. Somebody is coming to ask you, "ये मेरे को job मिलेगा या नहीं?" And by some stupidity of not looking at the other things, ऊपर से देख के नहीं बोला, उसका बेचारे का जान ही निकल जाएगा ना. He must be very struggling for one meal. And उसको actually नसीब में आना होगा, and because you say no, then the planets will act in a no, and then he will not be. So I feel that you cannot take things so lightly. That's why I sometimes feel that to what level I should teach also. क्या ऐसे नहीं हो जाए कि वो आगे के आदमी को कुछ डैमेज हो जाए, बरोबर ना? So basically, take that effort. Don't just look at the thing and like a hero say yes or no. Draw that chart. And if you don't practice this, I can assure you, you will not be able to do anything in JAMA code. And in the same breath, I will tell you, this is once you get a hold of it, it is the bloody simplest of things. And then the predictions start going cut, 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 cut. Believe me, I have spent like 2 months, 18 hours a day roughly on that. So I am talking with authority. I say, how many baat kar raha hu. Any queries on this? All of you understood? Degrees का समझ
Actually,
में-
today सचमुच समझ में आया.
हाँ. Actually, मेरे को बाद में ध्यान में I should have actually connected my iPad because then I can actually sketch on it. ये क्या ना mouse से वो करने को बहुत difficult होता है. But I think you all must have understood what it is. You see the video again,
Yes.
you will understand.
Hmm.
Degree,
Yes.
very important.
Can
Okay.
I ask one thing?
Mhm.
So Udyam is the first house and the Arudam is the reason for the query. What if Udyam and Arudam are in the same house?
The query is related to himself, compounded. खुद के बारे में कुछ पूछ रहे हैं. See, Udayam will always be in the first house, so you cannot say every question is about him.
So okay, so that means if Arudam is in some other house, then the query is about somebody else.
If you study those 5 red dots which I have given today, you'll understand.
Hmm.
कि Udayam will obviously be in the first house. Okay, now let
Yeah.
me just expand on the question because that is the most relevant question. अभी इससे Arudam का distance कितना है? 5 है. तो 5 का कारक तत्व ध्यान में रखो. बच्चे के बारे में हो सकता है. Whatever. Let us take. Okay, बच्चे का. Okay, Udayam से कविपु क्या है? So maybe it is 3, let us say. अभी इसमें 3 था ना? नहीं, 2 था. So 2
2
ले लो.
था.
बराबर. 2 के कोई तो भी कारक तत्व पकड़ लो. Child है. So 2 का क्या हो सकता है? उसकी फैमिली तो नहीं हो सकती अगर वो छोटा बच्चा है तो. Let us presume that your kid is 10 years old. And you are asking a question, but you have not told me what the question is. So how am I to see? From here to Arudam is 5. Most probably a mother coming and asking, most probably it must be बच्चे का ही, तो वो पकड़ लो. 2, तो 2 is what? वो बच्चे का फैमिली तो नहीं हो सकता, वो खुद ही बच्चा है. So it could be speech, it could be food, it can't be his income, it can't be his family. So क्या आ गया? So food, okay. So food आ गया, बच्चा आ गया. Okay. Now let us say that Kavipu is seated in the second house, no? So food. So what did I say? कविपु जिधर बैठा है उसको वो डैमेज करेगा, उसके साथ जो प्लैनेट बैठा है उसको डैमेज करेगा, एंड कविपु जो प्लैनेट को पकड़ रहा है उसको डिस्ट्रॉय करेगा. So let us say just as a dialogue that the okay, it was catching sun only, no? Let us take that only, if I remember right, it was catching sun, if you remember. Kavipu was catching sun.
Yeah.
So sun is overall vitality, health, immunity. Okay. And who was seated in the house? अभी वो डिग्री का मत पकड़ो, वो हाउस में कौन बैठा था? तो सन के पहले कौन आएगा? तो सन के पहले स्नेक आएगा. If you remember that the degree I told you the sequence, so snake, sun, Mars, Jupiter ऐसे जाते हैं. तो सन के पहले ये Prithiva, you have to go? नहीं ना? Not getting late, no?
Somebody is at the door. I will have to go. May I please leave the class?
Okay. You see the recording later.
Yeah. Thank you so.
Bye. Namaste.
Very sorry. I have to suddenly. I have to just attend.
You see the recording, but I'll send it on the.
Yes.
So namaste. So अभी you have put Mansi over there. इसने राघव सब बच्चे के नाम रखे हैं. अभी मेरे को पढ़ करके नाम भी नहीं आते. Anyway, तो what we said was it was connected second house. So ये बच्चे के बारे में है. Second क्या आ रहा है? It is catching sun. तो उसके साथ बैठा snake. Snake is confusion or crisis. So the question could most probably be regarding the child, something he has eaten, because moon is also stomach, so it has caught the moon. So moon is the stomach, and sorry, it is seated with the moon. No?
Arudam is seated with the moon.
No. That was Saturn over. Arudam was with moon, yeah?
Yeah, moon
Okay,
was
so
approaching Arudam.
Arudam was तो Arudam and moon का connection लगाने का. So moon is what? Stomach. And
Okay.
snake is catching sun. Sun is the overall vitality, health, and everything. So it could most probably be that the kid has eaten something, food poisoning over. ऐसे हो सकता है.
So, Kavipu is more dangerous or snake is more dangerous?
Kavipu. Kavipu is equal to 10 snakes.
Okay.
Okay. So what was your base question? Just repeat that question, what it was. So I know that I'm on the right track.
I actually was trying to understand because in none of the other charts that you're done, I had not seen Udayam and Arudam in the same house.
Then, so if they're in the same house, you
And-
say what?
Then what does it mean? Then just that the query is about the person asking.
Okay. So basically, कैसे? You have to see Udayam to Arudam, Udayam to Kavipu. Udayam and Arudam एक साथ ही बैठे तो Udayam to Arudam कितना हुआ? 1 हुआ. So it is something related to one means self.
Hmm.
And let us say Kavipu is seated, let us say in the 6th house, let us say.
Hmm.
Okay. So 1 and 6 का connection हो गया. तो 6 क्या हो सकता है? Job हो सकता है या health हो सकता है. So prima facie you can say that it is something related to 1 and 6. Me and my health or me and my job.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
So that gives you one connect. Then when you go further, which planet is approaching this thing? So maybe, let's say Mercury is coming in. Okay. So Mercury is also in a way a job because that is your business in a way. It's not job, it's a business.
Hmm.
Or if Venus is coming, it is Lakshmi, money. So 1, Udayam, Arudam 1, 6 Kavipu, job. 6 Kavipu job house को damage कर रहे हैं, it is damaging that house of the thing. And what is coming in? Venus is coming, money. So some loss related to job.
Okay.
If these 6 or 7 or a 10 point, what I given the red and green, when you start identifying it first, the next time what we'll be doing is we'll actually start interpreting them. So if you listen to me, don't get into the interpretation part just now. Just understand this thing and make the notations over it.
Okay.
Udayam में कौन है? Which planet approaching Udayam? Udayam Lord कौन है? वो कहाँ बैठे हैं? Like that, categorize it properly. That will give you the base on which you'll be able to talk.
Okay.
Raghav, any difficulties? All clear? Mansi, you're also clear? Mansi, are you clear? Shubhra,
Yeah.
I'm calling out for the names what I'm seeing. My mind, the head stops to work.
Have I logged in with
Yeah, your
Mansi
name is
name? Is
Mansi
it?
Bhatia over there, and she's Raghav Tiwari. वही मैं बोला ना, सब बच्चे के नाम से बुला रही है.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Any
Yeah.
more doubts? All clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So practice that. We'll meet next week. If you have any doubts, call me.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
See you.